For the second consecutive week, we're here on the Focus Broadband TV High School Basketball Game of the Week. I'm Sam Hickman, joined as always by the best in the biz, Mr. Jay Combs. It is rivalry night across the Mid-Eastern Conference, and one of the area's premier rivalries, South Brunswick and West Brunswick, set to clash here in BSL tonight. Varsity girls basketball action for you to tip off this evening. It's the 7-5 West Brunswick Trojans against the 1-10 South Brunswick Cougars. And Jay, West Brunswick coming into the game with a little momentum, but it's going to be a tall drink of water for the Trojans tonight without their leading scorer, Morgan Bellamy.
Yeah, she's sitting out, Sam. She is in concussion protocol. I was trying to think what it was called. Anyway, this will be the second consecutive game that Morgan will not be playing, and that hurts the Trojans and Coach Kevin Holland, because that's 10 points, 4 boards, and a pair of assists, along with a lot of veteran experience. So there's other kids on the team that'll have to step up here this evening to make up for the lack of Morgan playing.
And Jay, for South Brunswick, it's been a struggle for the Cougars. 1-10 overall, 0-6 in Mid-Eastern Conference play. Played Tuesday night, a 42-21 loss to the North Brunswick Scorpions. We're almost set for the opening tip. It'll be Rachel Whalage jumping against Sanaya Stanley for the Trojans. Opening tip controlled by the visitors from West Brunswick.
It's Brooklyn Coble at the point for West.
Mastery over to Haley Woodard. That pass controlled by Coble. Lefty shot off the glass, no good. West with the offensive rebound, and they're going to reset the offense. Mastery had it taken by Beardsley. Beardsley saved it, but right to Sanaya Stanley, and the lefties go into the rim. Shot is up, no good. Defensive rebound by number 33, Maddie Moy. It's a good take by Sanaya Stanley. Just a sophomore.
Yeah, one of the problems that plague Coach Karen Whalage's squad for South is their turnovers. They average 33 a game.
Oh, good move by Mastery, and she drops in the mid-range jumper. West on the board first. Trojans take a 2-0 lead.
You know, Mastery's had a very fine sophomore season, 8-3-1.
Double dribble called against South Brunswick, so another turnover. We'll give it to the Trojans. Jay, West Brunswick does their, it wasn't at midnight, but your Midnight Madness opening season practice, and there's an MC and a DJ and a light show, and then the boys and girls team scrimmage. Jahira Mastery, in about an 11-minute scrimmage, made 5 3-pointers in the scrimmage in that opening season practice. And I thought, who is this young lady? Turns out she's just a sophomore, so I'm not at all surprised to see her averaging 8 points a game.
Well, as Haley Woodard misses her first free throw, Mastery is number 7 in the conference in terms of 3-point field goals, as Haley makes the second. West makes a basket or a free throw, they can jump into their full court pressure, which is probably not what South wants, but they handled it well that time.
Well, that was executed beautifully. Well, their ball never hit the ground. Yeah, they just pass.
And again, for a team that struggles with hanging on to the basketball, that was an excellent bringing the ball up court.
Foul against number 12, Brooklyn Coble. So Jay, how's this for youth? West Brunswick starting lineup. You've got Pruitt, the senior. Then you've got sophomore, junior, sophomore.
Got a lot of young players. Coach Holland's done a great job of kind of molding them, and 7-5, 2-4 in the conference. But the way the rules are now, if the state playoffs started today, West would be the 3A representative from the Mideast Conference.
Yep, West ahead of North and South in the league standings. North has one league win. They got it this week over South Brunswick. South still winless in the MEC as Emma Pruitt comes away with the steal. Here comes Jahira Mastery. Nearly picked up her dribble, but gathered herself. Woodard thought about it. Now she gets it over to Coble, who's going to drive to the basket. Over to Mastery. Oh, Jay, it went halfway down and spun out. Tie ball situation under the goal. Possession arrow will keep it with the Trojans.
Yeah, another one of those young players, Brooklyn Coble, 8 points, 5 boards, and 3 assists, doing a great job for West Brunswick. And on that play, she got into the paint and then kicked it out, which is exactly what you want to try to do.
Oh, that's a good set. Haley Woodard with a baseline jumper up and in. She's got 3 of West Brunswick's first 5. Trojans lead 5-0. Mastery with the steal. Good pass in. Layup was missed. Maddie Moy with the defensive board.
South going to have to be real careful because West can score in spurts, and when you turn the ball over, as they have a propensity to do, that's not going to help you. Has South got off a shot yet, Sam? We're about at 5 minutes to go.
Whalage got
quarter.
one.
Okay.
Yep, missed a shortish jumper. Boy, Coble is easy to identify in those yellow shoes, isn't she? As
that's a fashion
Mastery,
statement, isn't it?
It is. Mastery misfires on the 3-point attempt, and the ball bounces out of bounds. It'll go to South Brunswick, checking into the game.
It's Whalage, I believe, Sam.
13 came in.
Oh, 13,
Madison Mitchell. Paige Lewis, the daughter of South Brunswick head football coach Rocky Lewis.
Nice pass by Woodard.
There's yellow shoes.
Boy, Haley Woodard, and
That was
again,
a good look.
Yeah, she's been playing at West since she was a freshman, and she's a junior now. But very, very poised. A solid player. 9 points, 5 boards, 3 assists. There's Coble breaking it up.
So, Jay, in an odd way, it was almost a fortunate break on the call against Coble, because if it was a charge, that would have been her second foul.
Yeah.
And
Good.
She's, again, averaging 8 points a game and 5 boards. So you're already missing Morgan Bellamy. You don't want to have Coble sitting with foul trouble. That foul called against Woodard. I'm sorry, Jay.
No, I was going to say Kira Beardsley got away with one that time. You turn your back at around the midcourt line. A lot of times those defensive players just sneak in behind you and bat it away.
Boy, Sanaya Stanley's got about 4 steals already. Mastery got caught under the basket and just threw it back in, but it was stolen by South Brunswick.
Actually, it was a pretty smart play by Mastery that time. West is going to maintain possession as Coble. Oh, no, Emma Pruitt checking out.
Emma Pruitt checks out. Is anybody coming in? Yes, 21, Hadiah Woods. Oh, I'm going to correct myself here. I remember this one from early in the season. Hadia Woods. Mastery can shoot it from out there. Gets that pass into Woodard. Woodard's just going to dribble through the baseline, get it back to Woods, whose shot is up and in off the glass. A 7-0 run to start the game for the Trojans.
Well, the senior comes in and one shot, finds that the bank is open, and converts.
Whalage, mid-range jumper off the mark. Coble and Moy wrestling for the loose ball. Coble came away with it. Jahira Mastery leading the break for the Trojans. Got it back to Coble, who drives baseline. Foul on the floor, going to be called against Madison Mitchell.
You know, Sam, kind of intrigued by this kid Mastery. She She looks like a very calm and poised performer out there, only a 10th grader.
Boy, Woods just misfires on the jumper, but Jay, Mastery just looks the part.
Yeah, she does.
She looks like a basketball player.
Looks like a baller, yeah.
Oh,
nice.
Good pass by Coble to Woodard.
Finish it.
Oh, and a
Dish.
good pass
there
from Woodard to Mastery, who puts it up and in. 9-0 Trojans, 3:20 left in the first.
Woodard, a very unselfish player.
Number 23, Summer Covington, and 15, Grayson Johnson, checking in for South Brunswick. Johnson started and is coming back in.
And
we're getting our first look at Covington.
Talk about youth, Sam. Johnson, a freshman, 9th grader, getting some varsity minutes.
Three-pointer off the mark, but a good save by Waylage down on the baseline to retain the possession for South.
Covington, also a freshman. We saw her nail a couple long shots last week in the game we had with South. But ball out of bounds over to the Trojans with 2:40 to go.
And, Jay, we've talked a lot in the early going about Mastery, who you see there with the ball. But number 13 over in the far corner, the one that's got the ball now, Sanaya Stanley, she's having a wonderful year.
Yeah, and
averaging
again,
6 points, 9 boards.
Just a 10th grader. So to your point earlier in the broadcast, a lot of youth on this West Brunswick team, and Kevin Holland doing an outstanding job of getting them all to play together. Talk about youth. There's a senior just checked in, Jaleisha Marlowe.
I mean, Jay, you look up and down the roster, and you've got Mastery, Coble, Stanley, and another sophomore listed on there, Tara Jones. There's your future core right there.
Yeah.
I mean, Stanley and Mastery, and the third one, Coble, for that matter. I mean, those are three girls you could win a lot of high school basketball games with in the next 3 years.
Yeah, and they're going to get a chance to do it. So things looking up. Stocks up for the Lady Trojans.
Oh, that's a good move by Waylage. Turned right over her right shoulder, just couldn't get the shot to fall. Coble in there for the defensive board. Oh, she can shoot it. Oh, that one just missed. That's going to be off South Brunswick and stay with the Trojans. Jay, I can't find one thing wrong with that shot.
Oh, no.
It's perfect. I mean, the actual technique, I mean.
Yeah, it's
a good-looking stroke.
Looks like a good shooter. Squares up. Nice
She's just so
rotation.
comfortable with the ball, isn't she?
Yeah. Yeah, as you were saying earlier, Sam, she just kind of looks the part.
Now Coble's got it in the corner. She's going to fire from distance. It was dead on line, just a little bit strong as Waylage pulls down the defensive board for the Cougars. South still looking for its first points of the night.
Waylage does that 4 times a game. And we've got an offensive foul called against Kira Beardsley.
No, Jay, they called a moving screen on Grayson Johnson. And number 20 for West Brunswick, Jaleisha Marlowe, was on the receiving end of that moving screen. She went flying through the paint on her backside, and I think Johnson got her with a screen. Oh, look at that look. Haley Woodard inside to Marlowe for a deuce. It's an 11-0 run to start the game for the Trojans.
That's the second or third real nice pass tonight by Woodard. There you go.
Pass from Beardsley to number 23, Summer Covington, who puts it off the glass and in. South Brunswick off the schneid here. First bucket of the game came with about 55 seconds left in the quarter. It's 11-2 Trojans.
And again, doing a nice job of breaking the press and resulted in a layup.
Push from behind on Beardsley, I believe. That'll stop the clock with 37.2 seconds left in the opening quarter. Jay, that is the 4th team foul against South Brunswick. West Brunswick been whistled for 3 fouls. Woodard's going to try it from the side. missed everything, a little bit deep. South Brunswick corrals the defensive board.
A little high and outside, right?
Mid-range jumper, a little too strong, knocked around, and Mastery comes up with the defensive board. West has 10 seconds before the end of the quarter. Mastery to the short corner to Coble. Mid-range jumper up and in. Coble's first points of the night. And Beardsley just flings it all the way to the other end of the court. And Coble's jumper from the baseline caps an efficient, effective opening 8 minutes for the West Brunswick Trojans, who lead heading into the second quarter over South Brunswick 13-2. We'll be right back on Focus Broadband TV. Oh, 5 different Trojans register points in the opening quarter, and the visitors from Charlotte have taken a 13-2 lead as we begin the second here on Focus Broadband TV. Jay, couldn't hard to complain about much if you're Kevin Holland in that first quarter. It was, I thought, pretty clean effort from West early.
Yeah, they played very well in the first quarter. They moved the ball extremely well. Lots of good assists, particularly from Woodard. Some good shooting from Haley as well. But Mastery with 4 points to lead them in scoring. And there you go inside.
Hadia Woods off the glass and in. Jay, right on cue. You're talking about Woodard's deliveries, and she put one right on Woods for the layup. Then Woodard comes up with a steal.
Another one.
Pass into Coble. Lefty layup up and in. Coble's got 4. Trojans 2 buckets in the first 35 seconds of the quarter, and it's 17-2.
Woodard putting on a clinic out there and dishing the basketball.
Beardsley from the right wing, missed everything. Waylage got it. Waylage with the offensive rebound and put back. First bucket of the game for the junior, Rachel Waylage.
Yeah, Rachel's got good size, and that time the smart thing just kept her hands above her head after she got that rebound and a good putback.
Nice set off the screen. Woodard couldn't get it to go. Covington with the rebound.
Covington, only a 9th grader, and she, a lot like Mastery, looks like a kind of a very calm, cool player out there.
Woodard pushing the pace for the Trojans. Pruitt's got it.
Nice.
Good pass into Sanaya Stanley. Her shot was blocked out of bounds off South Brunswick. It will stay with the Trojans. Jay, how's this for balance for head coach Kevin Holland? We're not talking tonight. We're talking season averages. You got Morgan Bellamy averaging 10 a game, Woodard with 9. Then you've got Mastery and Coble averaging 8, and then 6 for Sanaya Stanley.
Yeah, very impressive. And again, I think it kind of proves and underscores their West Brunswick's ability to give the ball up, a very unselfish team.
And Jay, I think it also is a testament to the fact that the Trojans can beat you from a number of different areas in a number of different ways. The dynamic guard play with Bellamy and Woodard. Of course, we're not seeing Bellamy here tonight. Concussion protocol, but Mastery can beat you from deep. They can beat you on the inside with Stanley and Woods and Pruitt. It's a balanced squad.
Yeah, very, very much so, Sam. And, you know, the passing the ball around, I noticed that they've got a couple of kids that are in the top 10 in the conference in assists.
Woods from the top of the key. Bingo. She was inside the three-point line, but off the glass and in. Jay, how about this? Woods was averaging 2 points per game coming in.
Not anymore.
No, she's got 6.
There you go.
It's called
they
off,
called
Jay.
it. Oh, jeez.
The old up and down, we used to call it, traveling violation.
Maddie Moy on that one. And again, we're talking a lot about the youthfulness of both teams. Moy just a sophomore, 5 boards a game for Maddie, along with 3 points.
Jay ran into and had the opportunity to meet Maddie Moy last weekend at the youth basketball games at Cedar Grove Middle School. Nice young lady.
Oh, I bet. But what was she coaching, playing, shooting?
I think she had a relative, maybe a little brother that was playing as she catches the entry pass and puts it up and in right on cue. Well, Maddie Moy.
She's got that long kind of athletic lean to her, you know.
Yep,
and
100%. So, Jay, South scored. Mastery's going to fire it again off the mark.
That's okay. That was a really good shot. As was
Woodard from distance, off the glass and in. She's got 6. So Woodard and Woods have each scored 6, and West Brunswick has a 22-6 lead. 4:10 left here before halftime.
Very nicely done that time. Now can they settle in and run a good play? Going to have a hard time doing it that way. It's got to regroup and try to move the ball around a little bit.
Oh, that was a good move, Jay. Just a little short on the shot, and there's the length of Sanaya Stanley disrupting. Oh, charge. Yep.
Yeah, Haley knew it too.
Yep, Woodard with the charge.
She was trying to take that Euro step, but I don't know, some island got in the way that time.
That is the second personal foul against Haley Woodard. So with 3:45 left before the break, Woodard's going to the bench. 3-point attempt off the mark. It bounces out of bounds, and it will belong to the Trojans, who have a 16-point lead.
Yeah, keep an eye at 22-6 advantage when Woodard checks out. Let's see how the Trojans handle this.
Mastery's entry pass intended for Woods was stolen, but then Pruitt gets it right back for the Trojans. Ahead to Mastery, Euro step, floater around, no good. Stanley with the putback, couldn't get it to go, and Beardsley comes up with the carom. Nice move.
Still, yeah, very nice. Go up strong. Oh, boy. The block by Stanley.
Stanley with another block. Here comes Mastery again. Floater. Stanley's putback misses everything. And Beardsley again with the defensive board.
Yeah, Beardsley, number 10 in the conference in rebounding. So she gets her fair share off the glass for the Cougs.
Man, Stanley is all over the place.
She's playing good defense inside.
Everywhere South goes to make a pass or shoot a shot, I feel like Stanley's there. Woods off the mark there. And Beardsley's got it. We'll bring it across the timeline for the Cougars.
Sam noticed last 2 minutes or so since Woodard's been out, plays a little unsettled.
Yep, very, very, very good observation by my broadcast partner. Well, traveling violation against number 12, Brooklyn Coble. And Jay, speaking of the unsettled play, I think Kevin Holland feels the exact same way because he just called for a full timeout with 1:56 left before halftime. I know the last couple minutes have been sloppy, all things considered. Got to feel good if you're Coach Holland in West Brunswick. And it's been a better quarter for South Brunswick. They've scored 4 in the second after scoring only 2 in the first. Jay, if you're Coach Holland, what are you telling your team right here with only 2 minutes before halftime?
Well, they just kind of been a little bit rushed as we look into the West Huddle there with Coach Holland. They are taking some shots that they probably don't need to take, or at least take that early in the possession. So it's probably it's a great timeout, give them a chance to kind of catch their breath, relax, and reset, and work this last, minute 56 of the opening half, and get some good shots. Still, a huge lead. The 22-6 lead was the lead they had when Woodard went out of the game. So South hasn't been able to take advantage of that, but the Trojans have not been able to look quite as poised as they did when Woodard was in the game. Still playing tough D.
Blocked from behind.
Stanley again, I think, wasn't it?
Oh, Stanley's not out there. I think that was
Woods.
Woods.
Yeah.
Jay, I'm just peeking at the score sheet. Jahira Mastery, and of course I say this, she's 0 for 3 from distance tonight as she fires that one up. No good. But she is a 38% three-point shooter.
Yeah.
In high school basketball, 38% is an incredibly good number.
Yeah, that's money for sure. She's 7 in the conference from the three-point line.
Jay, I bet she's taken more than the kids who were better than her percentage-wise.
Well, she should when she has that right to, or the ability to shoot from the three-point line.
Stanley nearly lost that one.
Tell you what, West really likes to pass the ball.
And they do it well. Covington read that one. She's one-on-one with Mastery, dribbles back out, and then South turns it over. No, doesn't turn it over. Jay, they'll retain possession as there was a tie ball situation near the free throw line. So, Jay, number one message to Woodard in these last 58 seconds, do not foul. Don't even give them the opportunity to call a foul against you.
Yeah, that's how valuable she is to the Trojans, Sam. And right away.
Speaking of Woodard, good pass. Coble couldn't get it to go. Covington with the board.
Bodies flying around out there.
Oh, good read by Covington there, coming to that pass instead of waiting on it. So 35 seconds left before halftime. West Brunswick 22, South Brunswick 6. Waylage has got it. Back over to Paige Lewis. And there's Mastery with a steal. And a sweet right-handed layup off the glass and in. Mastery now has 6. And the Trojan lead has ballooned to 18 at 24-6. 10 seconds left before intermission.
Yeah, really good job of protecting the ball with her body.
Jay, she's got to fire it up.
Need to shoot.
Got to fire it up. And South Brunswick with some good ball movement there before the break, but could not get a shot off in time. So after 2 quarters of play here from Bowling Spring Lakes, the West Brunswick Trojans take a 24-6 lead into the halftime break. We'll be back for the second half here on Focus Broadband TV. We are back for the start of the second half. West Brunswick leading 24-6. Jahira Mastery, Haley Woodard, and Hadia Woods led the Trojans with 6 points each. South Brunswick got a bucket from Summer Covington, Rachel Waylage, and Maddie Moy as Mastery knocks in a long two. She now has a game-high 8 points, and the Trojan lead has increased to 20.
Wow.
Maybe she just needed to switch goals, Jay Bird.
Well, maybe. Who knows? But it's, again, I start to say amazing. It's not amazing, and it's not surprising. You see what a different team is, West Brunswick, when Haley Woodard is kind of running the show. You know, a couple of passes, and they get an excellent look at the bucket.
She got fouled and won. Number 25, Rachel Waylage, off the glass and in, plus the contact. She'll have a chance to make it an old-fashioned three-point play for the Cougs.
Take a look at Rachel, 29% from the free throw line. And looked a lot better than 29 on that one.
Jay, she was 100% on that trip as her three-point play pulls the Cougars within 17. Oh, she won't, I thought.
Pretty darn close.
Coble thought about it briefly, but West works it back around. Sanaya Stanley to Woodard on the right wing for deep, no good. Knocked around. Emma Pruitt came away with it. Mastery mid-range jumper. That missed everything, and Waylage tapped it to Maddie Moy. South Brunswick coming the other way.
Sam, that was some good board work, though, that time by Sanaya Stanley, keeping that basketball alive.
Oh, that was a good move by Paige Lewis, just off on the baseline jumper, knocked out of bounds by West Brunswick.
Coach Rocky will be happy about that one, right?
And Jay, you mentioned how much better and smoother it looks with Woodard orchestrating the offense for West Brunswick. Now you couple that with a healthy Morgan Bellamy, then you've got two ball handlers who are a junior and a senior, both very experienced, smart, veteran guards, and that is priceless in high school basketball.
Yeah. What did Yogi tell us? Shoot it before you turn it over.
Right.
Right. So it's very important. They worked hard to get good shots.
Stanley, good-looking shot from the corner, couldn't get it to go. Stanley's had a quiet night offensively, still scoreless, but Jay, she's probably got a half dozen rebounds and as many steals or blocks.
She averages 9 boards a game. She's number 4 in the Mid-East Conference in rebounding. Nice turnaround.
Oh, that was a great move by Maddie Moy. Woodard with the defensive rebound for the Trojans.
Keep an eye on Moy. Keep an eye on Covington as the years look. Oh, Mastery rims out.
Mastery with the baseline floater. That's the second time tonight she's had one spin halfway down and then rim out. Boy, Mastery's going to be so good.
Yeah,
I think that one
she's
got
pretty
blocked.
good right now.
Nope. Yeah, you're right, Jay. She is. I just sit here and watch her, and I think, now what's that going to look like in 2 years?
Yeah, much more experienced, stronger, probably a little bigger, you know. So, yeah, bright future. Oh. Haley doesn't do that much.
right after we're singing her praises, and she got called for a double dribble.
She averages less than 3 turnovers per game, and when you consider how much the ball is in her hand,
that's a great number.
That's not a bad number. As a team, West does a great job, 13 turnovers a game. Nice look up court.
Got Mastery on the look ahead. Layup, no good. Woodard got it, no good. Off of Moy. No, not off of Moy. Off of West Brunswick and out of bounds. Mastery would sure like to have that one back. And by the
Haley
looks
would
of
too.
it, Woodard looks like she'd like to have her putback attempt back as well.
Absolutely, yeah. They won't miss that one too often. That's good
South
defense.
With turnover, kind of forced turnover, if you will, as Coble jumped into the passing lane.
Another really talented young player, just a 10th grader, is Brooklyn Coble. 8, 5, and 3 statistically.
Stanley a little late on the pass, trying to get it into Woodard. And Paige Lewis came up with the steal for the Cougars. I think South would be well served to try to work it into Moy when she's got post position. Rachel Waylage, offensive rebound, put back up and in. She's got 5 in the quarter, 7 for the game.
Well, Waylage has got a significant size advantage, so to the extent South can get the ball to her down on the blocks, she can turn and shoot.
Foul on the floor called against South Brunswick. Foul called against number 12, Paige Lewis. So West Brunswick will maintain possession. And Jay, that's a little 5-0 burst from the Cougars over the last couple minutes.
There you go.
They're within 15.
Well, unless you got a 15-point play, you got to do it a little at a time. Oh,
Pruitt halfway down and out. And then Woodard grabbed the offensive rebound and was fouled on the floor.
Grayson Johnson came out of nowhere that time for South. Woods check it into the game. And 13 is Sanaya Stanley. Will get a break.
West just runs good offense.
They do. They're patient.
Under control for the most part.
What were we talking about last week? Pace. Ooh. Roughing inside there.
Yep, Coble took a shot. And, Jay, that's the third team foul called against South Brunswick in about the last 20 seconds of game action. They've got 4 team fouls all of a sudden.
Yeah, you know, the game itself has been not foul-free. That's a good look, just couldn't convert. The game has been kind of foul-free, and right now, Sam, 1, 2, my unofficial score sheet, I only see 3 free throws taken by both teams combined.
Yep, good call. 2 by Woodard in the first quarter and 1 by Waylage in the third. Coble thought about it, but
we were going to see
back out to Pruitt.
Thought we were going to see a step-back jumper that time.
Jay, you do one of these games with us, you never know what you might see.
Yeah, you never know. Very patient on Woodard's part.
Now Coble with a strong drive, bounce pass to Mastery. Woods gets it back over to Woodard, and then they're just going to reset.
Yeah, Woods knows who to get the ball to.
Oh,
nice.
Good pass.
There you go.
From Mastery to number 12, Brooklyn Coble. Coble's now got 6. So, Jay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 Trojans with at least 6 points. And the lead is 28-11 West Brunswick, 2:25 left in the third.
Yeah, put a little star beside that one for the pass from Mastery. There she is inside.
Waylage
can do some damage inside if they can get the ball to her. Of course, West knows that, and they're not letting them do it.
Brooklyn Coble high off the glass and in. Back-to-back buckets from Coble. She's got 8, matches Jahira Mastery's game high. So 4 quick ones from the Trojans, and Jay, just like that, that lead is back to 19. Floater up, no good. Foul going to be called against number 25, Rachel Waylage. So suddenly the foul's piling up for the Cougars. That's the 5th team foul. Sanaya Stanley checks into the game for West Brunswick. So it's Stanley, Woods, Mastery, Coble, and Woodard for West. Mitchell, Beardsley.
Oh, get in. Look at her hustle.
Let's see.
Jeez.
Waylage, Beardsley, Mitchell, Covington, and number 15, Grayson Johnson for South. Woodard missed the initial shot, got her on rebound, missed the putback, but she was fouled and will shoot a pair.
You know, Haley's a little quicker than than you might give her credit for. She covered a lot of territory on that last possession in just a couple of steps. Miss Haley, what are you? I would think you'd be a better free throw. Well, she's 50%. I'd still think she can do better.
Hey, Jay, it's a good-looking foul shot.
Nice rotation.
Yep, that one just rimmed out.
Woods in there banging around, trying to keep it alive.
Boy, Woods is giving Coach Holland really good minutes. Not sure he was counting on the 6 points from her, but otherwise she's played good. Been active down low. Stanley with another steal.
Nice dish.
Whips a pass ahead to Mastery.
There you
this
go.
time her layup is up and in. She's the first player on either side to reach double figures in scoring. She's got a game-high 10. West on a 6-0 spurt. Up and in, number 10, Mia Hughes with the long two-pointer.
Freshman, Mia Hughes.
Coble's drive, a successful one. She shot a mid-range jumper, was fouled on the shot attempt, and the sophomore Brooklyn Coble, averaging 8 points, 5 boards, 3 assists per game, will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, I thought she was going to shoot the outside shot, but there I go thinking again. But she saw
It's dangerous, isn't it?
Saw the daylight to the rack, and she got there.
32-13, Coble's second attempt, up no good. West 1 of 6 from the charity strike. 44 seconds left
They're
in the third quarter.
Much better free throw shooting team than 1 for 6.
Tie ball situation, and the possession arrow is pointing toward the Cougar side, so South maintains possession. West 32, South 13, 36 seconds left in the third quarter.
Sam, how do you pronounce Wood's name?
Hadia.
Hadia. She's really, as you said before, I agree with you, giving Coach Holland some good minutes here this evening. In fact, a lot of players have kind of stepped it up a little bit. Morgan Bellamy out with concussion protocol, but hasn't bothered the Trojans much here this evening.
Mia Hughes with a good baseline drive. She was fouled by Mastery, blocking foul. So 29 seconds left, almost 30 in the third quarter. West leading by 19. South, good pass into Maddie Moy, blocked by Stanley. And then Hadia Woods called for a foul on the putback attempt. And Jay, was it a shooting foul? Yes, it was. Shooting
like
foul.
it,
So
yeah.
number 11, Bella Wild, will go to the line for a pair.
10th grader. Oh, check it, Sam.
Oh, scratch that, Jay Bird.
Woodard.
Haley Woodard deflects it out of bounds. Got a sub. That's senior guard Emma Pruitt coming in for West Brunswick. She'll replace the sophomore guard Jahira Mastery, who's had a fine night with 10 points. Moy couldn't corral it, and then Coble lost it.
Keep an eye on the clock if you're South. There you
Covington
go. There you go.
fires.
Ooh.
Oh, man, halfway down
Good
and
board.
out. Moy fouled on the putback attempt, and Maddie Moy will shoot a pair. Jay,
Yeah.
some really good energy by South Brunswick here in this third quarter. Moy and Waylage are getting after it on the offensive glass.
Yeah, I don't know what Coach Waylage told the kids at halftime, but it worked. As we'll take a look at Coach Waylage and her Lady Cougars. They've scrapped here tonight despite a kind of one-sided score. 1-10 on the season, still looking for that first conference victory. They have 2 significant problems in basketball. Well, maybe 3. 1, they only score 18 points a game. 2, they give up 48 points a game. And 3, they turn the ball over 33 times a game. So that you can mix those numbers up and make whatever kind of formula you want, Sam. It is not going to come out to be real good in terms of winning basketball games. But that's why young players learn and develop, and that's what Coach Whalage is going to get them to do.
Moy dead on line with the free throw attempt, just a little strong.
Just like the way Moy looks as a ball player. Just kind of has that look about her. She
Nails
the
the second one. She's got 3 now. So, Jay, 9 seconds before the fourth quarter. West up by 18. Coble misses. Stanley got it back out to Woodard. She's got to fire it up, Jay. Did not recognize the clock, so West cannot get up another shot attempt in the third quarter. Heading into the fourth on Focus Broadband TV, the West Brunswick Trojans lead the South Brunswick Cougars 32-14. Start of the fourth quarter here, West Brunswick leading 32-14 over the host South Brunswick Cougars. It's Coble, Pruitt, Stanley, Woods, and Woodard for West Brunswick. Moy, Hughes, Lewis, number 11, Bella Wild and Covington for the Cougars. Woodard with a drive and the finish. Sorry, Jay Bird.
I was just going to sing a little "See the Train a-Coming." Boy, she attacks the glass.
Pruitt from distance.
Sweet.
Good stroke. Couldn't get it to go. Stanley's got it. She's going to drive. Lefty layup up and no good. Woods in there fighting for the rebound, but South Brunswick's Paige Lewis comes away with it.
Tell you, Woods has played well tonight, Sam. Good defense there.
Stanley with yet another steal. Pruitt, I think, forced it, but Stanley credited with the steal.
Yeah, Emma Pruitt hasn't scored a point, but she's been out on the floor most of the time, and I can see why. A steadying influence. Maybe it breaks there.
Good hustle by Coble. Forces the tie ball situation, but the possession arrow favors the Cougars.
They don't give up many, Sam. They contest, they being West, contest shots defensively and certainly are aggressive offensively on shots that miss. Not unusual for them to get multiple attempts on a possession. Good back door.
Stanley again with a steal.
Nice look.
That was off of Woodard, wasn't it? Yep, off
so.
of Woodard, out of bounds. Jay, I got these earlier and just sat on them. Officials for tonight's game, Mr. Wayne Merritt, Chris Bynum, and Stephen Lewis. Wayne Merritt, Chris Bynum, and Stephen Lewis, tonight's officials. And Jay, with everything the state has experienced the last couple years with referee shortages and just having the hardest time finding and retaining officials, we're lucky to have these three guys here tonight.
Well, they've done a good job, Sam.
Sure have. Been well-called game.
Yeah, you know, you haven't – neither sideline has been objecting, and good, clean game letting the kids play.
And, Jay, I think if anything, this crew has erred on the side of letting them play.
Let
it go,
yeah.
which and this is a personal opinion, I much prefer it that way.
Tell you what, 3 for 3 from the stripe tonight for Rachel Whalage. That gives her 9.
She's got 9. Oh, Woodard, she can make it from there, partner. Doesn't make it that time. It looked good from our vantage point, but well short. And Coble comes away with a steal. Coble nearly lost it from behind. It was Covington who knocked it out of bounds. So West Brunswick will get possession underneath its own basket. Trojans leading by 18 at 34-16. There was a step back, just short. And then Stanley couldn't get the rebound to go, knocked out of bounds by South Brunswick.
So on quote-unquote midnight madness this year for West, Mastery was lighting them up.
Made 5 threes in a running clock, 10-minute scrimmage, and she's going to make layups like that most every time as she got loose on the inbounds play.
And a well-designed inbounds play by Coach Holland, and the kids executed it to perfection.
Yeah, so, Jay, at late night at West,
there you go.
Double digits for Rachel Whaley. She's got 11 to lead all South Brunswick scores.
If I'm South, I don't have a possession where at least once Whalage touches the ball.
Oh, Woodard from way downtown. Bingo. She's got 11. So, Jay, at late night at West, the girls team gets introduced, and the girls scrimmage for about 10 minutes, running clock. And then, they retreat to the sideline, and then the boys come out, get introduced, and scrimmage each other. So it's girls on girls, and then the boys scrimmage after that. And I just kept asking. I left there that night thinking, somebody tell me about Jahira Mastery. She just made 5 threes in a 10-minute running clock scrimmage.
Cobb wanted to go out there and guard her, but Coach Taylor wouldn't let him do it. Didn't want her to get embarrassed.
Just like that, Jahira Mastery, a game-high 15. That her first three-pointer of the night. And West has pushed that lead to 24 at 42-18. Oh, that was a good idea by Beardsley. Just couldn't quite get it to Whalage.
As I was saying before, don't have a possession if you're South without Whalage touching the ball. Down inside. She's a force.
Oh, good dish. Good drive. Sanaya Stanley just couldn't get it to go. You don't have to tell Mastery twice. Oh, good look from Woodard into Stanley. Stanley couldn't corral that rifle pass, and it was a good one.
Yeah, if Sanaya had been able to catch that, that was a bunny because of the great pass by Woodard.
Boy, West has scored 10 points already in the fourth quarter. Whoa, Jay, she just picked that one clean, didn't she?
Very unselfish.
Oh, foul. Yep, Emma Pruitt got undercut a bit there by Grayson Johnson.
Woodard could have taken that all the way, but unselfishly and very smartly laid it off to Pruitt. Emma couldn't convert, but she is going to get a pair of free throws.
Boy, Woodard has just grown and grown and grown and gotten better and better and better since her 9th grade year.
Oh, yeah.
When she also played on the varsity team. But, man, just watching her development has been a really neat thing to see.
I couldn't agree with you more. And again, the times during this game this evening when she hasn't been on the floor, West is an entirely different squad because you couple her with, Bellamy being out tonight because of concussion protocol. You take a lot of leadership and experience away and talent.
Beardsley went up and got it over her and puts it up and in. Kira Beardsley's first bucket of the night.
6 boards a game, and she is in the top 10 in the conference in rebounds per game.
Brooklyn Coble misses everything from the top of the key. 3:12 left in the game. West up by 22. And Jay, both of these teams coming off a loss Tuesday night. The Trojans lost a close one to New Hanover. Of course, South lost to their other county rival, North Brunswick. Oh, Mastery's got a look. Instead, got it back to Coble, and the Trojans will reset.
With Coble, another one of those unselfish players.
Pruitt from distance. Bingo! Emma Pruitt's first bucket of the night.
Sometimes you can just tell when they release it, Sam, and that one was in as soon as she shot.
Oh, good idea by Mastery.
Did she go behind her back that time?
Beardsley came up with a steal. Coble and Mitchell fighting for it. South with the board, high off the glass and no good. Put back attempt, up, no good. And I think Grayson Johnson will go to the line for two.
Grayson, a freshman.
Number 15, Jay, as you just said, just a freshman, huh?
Shoots 33 from the line, free throw line. Sinks the first.
How about South from the charity stripe tonight? That's 1, 2 of 3, 4 of 5. That's 5 of 6.
Yeah, as a team, they shoot 44%, but certainly tonight have done well from the free throw line.
6 of 7 if she can get this to go. She can't. Waylage got the rebound, but it was blocked by number off to the left. Knocked out of bounds by West Brunswick. Oh, Jay, that was number 10 for West Brunswick. Nakia Williams, the junior guard. She just checked into the game.
And Sam, check Grace Kitchen, number 22.
Yep.
Brings some size and only a 9th grader.
Waylage shot blocked by Grace Kitchen, but she stepped on the baseline. Jay, there's another one to keep an eye on.
Kitchen?
I have heard folks at the school talk about Grace and her potential the next 4 years on the hardwood.
Well, she's certainly got some size.
Jay, I tell you, South has done a number on the offensive glass against West. I'd venture to guess that will be a point of emphasis in the next practice for Coach Holland, because South has gotten the better of the Trojans on South Brunswick missed shots in the second half.
As a team, they averaged 25 rebounds per game. So not too surprising that they've competed tonight off the glass. A lot of subs in, Sam, for South.
Let's see who we've got here, Jay. 35, Addison Fitzhugh. 14, Evie Hearn. Is that 12, Paige Lewis?
That was Paige. Touchdown, South Brunswick.
Well, her daddy going to be watching that one with a smile as Paige Lewis knocks in the long jumper and then picks up a steal on the other end. And she walked with it. Jay, we got another Trojan who checked in, and I missed it. Number 15, Tara Jones. I'm going to make sure I get her name on there. Did I miss anybody else from South? Number 5, Anna Hunt, also in the game. 14, Evie Hearn. Coble's going to try again.
Boom.
Bingo from the corner. Brooklyn Coble, she's got 11. That's now 3 Trojans in double figures. Mastery with 15, Woodard with 11, Coble with 11. Here comes Tara Jones. Layup, up and in off the glass. The sophomore guard puts West up 50-23 with a minute left. And then Williams comes up with a steal. Now Mastery pushing the pace. Coble with a good pass in. Shot no good. And knocked out of bounds by South Brunswick's number 5, Anna Hunt.
Pace
and will stay with the Trojans.
Sorry, Sam. Pace has picked up a lot here in the fourth quarter. 4 threes in the quarter for the Trojans.
After making 1 in the first 3 quarters combined.
It's a funny game. Again, very unselfish.
Oh, that's a good move by Coble. Just a little too strong on the jumper. Fitzhugh with a good, strong defensive rebound. Grace Kitchen lost her feet a little bit, coming back down the court. 20 seconds left in the contest. Fitzhugh thought about it and passed it off into the corner. And then a steal by Brooklyn Coble as that was deflected. 10 seconds left. Pass ahead to Tara Jones. Grace Kitchen high off the glass and in as the game clock comes to an end. And West Brunswick comes into South Brunswick and earns a 52-23 victory over the Cougars. Jahira Mastery led the way for the Trojans with 15 points. Haley Woodard had 11. Brooklyn Coble had 11. West Brunswick got really good minutes from Hadia Woods with 6. Sanaya Stanley filled up the stat sheet. South Brunswick led by Rachel Waylage, who finished with 11 points. Jay, comfortable 19-point victory for the Trojans.
Yes,
take us away.
That's a real good win for Kevin Holland and his Lady Trojans. They took over in the first quarter, and they really never let up and played through the lack of having Morgan Bellamy, their leading scorer, play this evening, and didn't seem to miss a beat.
West Brunswick improves to 8-5 overall, 3-4 in Mid-Eastern Conference play. South Brunswick drops to 1-11, 0-7 in Mid-Eastern Conference action. Stay right here with us on Focus Broadband TV. We'll have the Varsity Boys opening tip for you next. Welcome to Focus Broadband TV and the high school basketball game of the week, the nightcap for you. The visiting West Brunswick Trojans in the black and green uniforms have traveled over to Bowling Spring Lakes to take on the South Brunswick Cougars. The West Brunswick starters being announced now: J.J. Cobb, Lil Lee, Kavon Daniels, Carson Pope, and Quincy Hankins. For the South Brunswick Cougars, it'll be Tony Cox, Rashad McNeil, Caleb Bernard, Demarius Wise, and Lamarion Mason. West Brunswick 7-7 overall, 2-4 in league play. South Brunswick 3-11 overall, still looking for their first conference win. Jay, this one should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it should be. And Sam, I know in the girls' game you were talking about, the rivalries, and this is a packed gym tonight and has been from the get-go. So West has traveled very well, and South has showed up. So should be a fun game, a lot of excitement, and I don't know. These, even though South's record's 3-11 and 0-6, that's just on paper. They got some potential, particularly with number 10, Caleb Bernard, who leads them in scoring with 15 points per game. He is number 4 in the Mid-East Conference in terms of scoring. He's number 5 in assists, and he's also number 8 in free throw shooting. So Bernard can score some points, and he'll have to do that here this evening. He's going up against Kavon Daniels, who's leading West at 15 points a game, and the diminutive one, J.J. Cobb, who puts up 12 points a game, 3 boards, and 3 assists.
We're almost set for the opening tip. The West Brunswick girls were victorious, so the Trojans going for the road sweep here in varsity boys basketball action. Cobb running the point for the Trojans. Daniels walked with it, and the South Brunswick zone that we saw so much of last Friday against Laney, effective on that first possession, kind of collapsed on Daniels, forced him into a traveling call.
I was getting ready to say, don't forget that game we had a week ago against Laney. It was real close at the half, and then
2 points. Yep.
Laney just, did Laney in the second half.
Tony Cox into Wise, tried to get it to Mason. Wise's shot was blocked, tie ball called, and the possession arrow will keep it with the Cougars. Jay, really good energy inside this gym in the opening 30 seconds.
Yeah, it makes it so much fun for everyone, the players, the announcers, the referees, everybody involved.
Lil Lee in the starting lineup for West Brunswick. Trojans missing a couple of guards. Pope couldn't block out Rashad McNeil. His baby hook missed, but South gets the rebound. Mason mid-range jumper, no good. Quincy Hankins with a good, strong rebound for West.
Quincy Hankins, big kid. Pope can shoot from the outside.
Pope came up firing, didn't he?
Kind of quick in the possession, but no, he's quite capable of shooting a 33% from the triple line.
Yep, Carson can shoot it, no doubt. Bernard is really dangerous,
nice
folks.
Oh,
no foul called.
Wow.
And the shot by number 2, Tony Cox, up and in. South Brunswick strikes first. 2-0 lead for the Cougs.
Boy, attacking the ball defensively are the South Brunswick Cougars.
Lee from distance. Bingo! Lil Lee with a big bucket. He averages 7 in a game, and he's off to a fast start tonight. West is taking a 3-2 lead. That's a foul, Jay.
Let me tell you.
Too many hands.
Tony and Lee going at it out there so much that.
Does Lee realize they called a foul on him?
That Cox lost his shoe. Back to Lee for a sec. That three-point shot. He's number 6 in the conference in three-point shooting.
Hey, now used to call them Sam Nuggets.
Yeah.
Now they're J Nuggets.
Well,
12 count.
Wow.
And the second foul.
Got it.
Lil Lee.
That's going to be a substitution, Sam.
And that is going to, I think we'll see Camden Coble first off the bench for West Brunswick. We will.
Coach Taylor down a little bit tonight, as you were saying, with guards. Jordan McCall out with concussion protocol. Tim Frink out with an injury to his hand. So having Lee go out quickly with 2 free throws does not help.
Oh, man, look at Cobb. I don't even know how he got to that ball. He drove straight into the chest of 42, Demarius Wise, both referees.
I'm going to defer to our boss, right, Aaron Varnum, but I think Demarius Wise down the road has the potential to be in that WWF. He just kind of looks the part. 42 when you as you watch the game tonight. Keep an eye on the big guy who is amazingly quick with his feet for a guy that size.
It was called a shooting foul. Cobb never really got up in the shooting motion, but only because he ran into a brick wall first.
That would happen.
And, Jay, I would say Cobb knocks in the first. I would say before Wise embarks on a WWE career, he's going to play multiple years of college football.
Sure
somewhere.
hope so.
Guys,
sure hope so.
Guys, he also has a very, very energetic personality.
He does. He's a fun kid to be around, too, isn't he, Jay?
Yeah, so, he's got the physical aspects, but he's got that personality to go with it.
Tony Cox off to a fast start. He's got both buckets for the Cougars. It's a 1-point game early. West up by 1.
Oh, man.
Kevon Daniels, that's the second time they've got him for a traveling violation in the opening 2 minutes and 25 seconds.
Sam, you can be tall and small and short and big. Kevon Daniels, 6'2", but he's big.
Yes, he is, and strong.
Jeez, look at that. Cox feeling it.
Quincy Hankins with a good defensive rebound.
Hankins
whips it ahead to Daniels. Coble's got it. And wisely whips a pass over to Cobb. Pope into Hankins. Cobb's got a clean look. Inside out. It rattles out. What a rebound by Pope. And he missed the putback. McNeil may have got a piece of it. And then the fade route down the sideline was broken up by defensive back J.J. Cobb and knocked out of bounds.
That's a good one, Sam. Yeah, that was intended for Lamarion Mason.
Wise really does have good touch, even on that long outlet pass.
Absolutely.
That was a well-thrown ball.
And he's a very good free throw shooter.
He is indeed.
And that is a pick.
Bernard from deep. Draws back iron. Mason with the rebound into McNeil. Baby hook up and in. Rashad McNeil's first bucket. South has reclaimed the lead, 6-5.
Yeah, McNeil, nice ball player. Number 1 in the Mid-East Conference in rebounding. Number 3 in block shots.
Hankins made a good post move, but missed everything. That's the senior center, averaging 9 points, 7 rebounds a game. South Brunswick has Wise
come on.
He just missed it.
Jeez.
Rebound right to Tony Cox, into Bernard. Bernard shot up off the glass and in. South Brunswick on a 6-0 run, 8-5 Cougar lead.
Oh. Wow.
What an offensive rebound by Quincy Hankins. And Jay, they talk about in basketball, they talk about the second jump.
Yeah.
That was a really impressive second jump. Hankins skied up for the rebound, but as soon as his feet hit the hardwood, he was right back up in the air for the putback attempt. Now Hankins will go to the charity stripe to see if he can hit a free throw, and he knocks in the first.
Sam, it may not have been the best 4 minutes of basketball that you've ever seen,
entertaining,
but it sure has been entertaining, let me tell you.
Jay, kid you not, the same exact words were about to come out of my mouth. This has been a fun 3 minutes and 53 seconds. Pope got it. Coble can shoot it, partner.
Boom.
As you see, Camden Coble got a clean look. Good board and pass by Carson Pope, and the Trojans have taken a 9-8 lead.
2 threes in the first quarter for West.
Boy, McNeil is hammering the offensive glass for the Cougars.
He is good.
Cox
got away
took
with
a
one
shot.
there. Yeah.
number 24, John Braxton, into the game for South Brunswick. Pass ahead to Carson Pope. Pope with a nice move around the defender, lays it up and in. West Brunswick responds to a 6-0 South Brunswick run with a 6-0 run of its own, and the Trojans have an 11-8 lead, 3:17 left in the first. Jay, catch your breath.
Yeah, that's for sure. Great pass that time by Kevon Daniels to Pope. And then Pope doing a real good job of kind of settling his feet under him. He had good balance and went up for the layup and finished it. So nice effort by both teams here in the opening almost 5 minutes of the first quarter tonight, and an excited crowd too.
Jay, a real interesting, maybe not individual matchup, but difference in the two teams. And McNeil's off the floor now, as is Demarius Wise, but it'll be really interesting to see how Quincy Hankins and Carson Pope rebound the basketball defensively for West Brunswick with those big boys, Demarius Wise and Rashad McNeil, down on the block for South.
Well, it should be a little easier, but should be and will be is two different things.
Robinson from deep.
Shoot.
Bingo! Number 5, Chase Robinson, instant offense off the bench. And a backcourt violation called against West Brunswick. Jay, the pass was thrown back to Cobb, and he was coming from the backcourt to catch it and cross the timeline. A backcourt violation. We're all knotted up at 11 with 2:57 left to go in the first. Jay, we're on pace to have about a 22-20 first quarter here.
I would not be surprised. Robinson, we talked a lot about the youthfulness in the girls' game for both teams, but particularly for South. Robinson, only a 10th grader.
Man, I love watching Bernard play.
He's nice.
He's so smooth with it.
Sweet.
What a pass into Lamarion Mason, who puts it up and in. So, Jay, now a 5-0 spurt for the Cougars. So we went 6-0, 6-0, 5-0.
Was that Bernard that time on the dime, or was that Cox?
Cox, I do believe.
I think so.
Oh, Quincy Hankins, and the foul on Chase Robinson. Hankins ties it up at 13 with authority. Chance to make it a three-point play.
Well, Quincy's come out here to play this evening, and
me, oh my.
You could watch it again, Sam. This is just
Boom.
Great on the part of the senior, and a three-point play.
And Hankins converts the old-fashioned three-point play after the foul on Chase Robinson. So Hankins with a quick 4 points tonight. John Braxton tries to answer, no good. Bernard with the rebound, up and in. The action sensational in the first quarter here from Bowling Spring Lakes.
Bernard is a player. Boom!
Oh, he missed the dunk. Missed the dunk. And Jay, offensive goaltending. He hung on the rim, or he hit the ball while he was still on the rim. So no basket. It wouldn't have been good anyway. Great drive and great dish by J.J. Cobb. Quincy Hankins couldn't get the dunk to fall. Jay, this one's getting intense. Intense.
I'm catching my breath right now. That's a great dish by Cobb.
Right back to Tony Cox. Floater, miss everything. Kevon Daniels just blocked out everyone. Cox behind him.
Wow.
And Kevon Daniels with a strong drive all the way to the basket. He was fouled on the shot attempt. So, Jay, West Brunswick with some great offense early, and their leading scorer, Kevon Daniels, has not scored a point. He'll try to change that from the free throw line here.
Yeah, 15 a game for Kevon, 5 rebounds, a pair of assists.
Boy, that's a good-looking free throw stroke.
What a great athlete is Kevon Daniels. Admired his skill on the football field, and you could say the same thing about here on the basketball court.
Kevon Daniels knocks in a pair from the stripe. West really effective from the line. 6 of 7 in the first quarter. Trojans have taken a 1-point lead. Oh, Cobb took it from Tony Cox. And the finger roll layup up and in. J.J. Cobb has 4. Trojans lead by 3.
Coach Lausenheiser does not agree, thinks that was a foul.
And, Jay, I think to be clear, South wasn't arguing for the foul on Cobb. It was Daniels running through the high ball screen.
Yeah.
Mid-range jumper rattles out. Pope almost took it from Mason, but it bounced right to Caleb Bernard, who brings it across the timeline for the Cougars. 55 seconds left in the first quarter.
Oh.
Quincy Hankins swats that shot out of bounds. He's been a presence in the paint. Rashad McNeil checking into the game for South Brunswick's Tony Cox. Cox was brilliant in the opening 8 minutes for South Brunswick.
Absolutely. You know, it's 4 points, but it was a whole lot more than a couple of buckets.
John Braxton whips it over to Chase Robinson, who's working on Daniels at the top of the key. Lost it, got it back. Bernard, backdoor cut, puts it up and in. Bernard's got 6 in the first quarter. West leads 18-17.
You know, Bernard just kind of shows up in the right place, doesn't he?
He does.
Good
Jay, he's an
do
excellent player. Oh, I think Hankins took that one from Mastery.
Nice catch.
Now West has got an advantage. Daniels from way downtown missed everything. It'll be South Brunswick basketball with 18 seconds left in the first quarter. And checking into the game for West Brunswick, number 30, Josiah Johnson, the son of West Brunswick assistant coach Jeff Johnson, who was the head coach at North Brunswick a year ago.
Remember that well. I think that last shot by Cavan, he just had too much time.
6 seconds. Daniels trying to poke it away. He does, and then can't get a pass off, and that will end the first quarter. A frenetic pace in Bowling Spring Lakes. The Trojans take an 18-17 advantage into the second quarter. Stay right here with us and catch your breath at the break. We'll be right back. We are back for the start of the second quarter. It'll be West Brunswick basketball. Trojans leading 18-17. It's Cavan Daniels, Josiah Johnson, Carson Pope, Quincy Hankins, and number 5, Chiz Mastery for the Trojans. For South, it's Caleb Bernard, Lamarion Mason. Mastery thought about it. Pope gonna fire. Bingo, Carson Pope from way downtown. West leads by 4. He can shoot it, Jay.
Yeah, he can. He's the 4th best three-point shooter in the conference is Carson Pope.
Wise working against Cavan Daniels on the block.
It's like a little zone for
Josiah Johnson. Got his hand in the passing lane, deflected it, and then it hit Rashad McNeil's hand and went out of bounds. So a turnover on South Brunswick's first possession of the second quarter.
Like it when teams come out of timeouts or change a quarter with a different look defensively, and that's what Coach Taylor did. Pulled the Trojans into a zone that first trip down.
Good take by Johnson. Hankins couldn't quite get a hand on the offensive rebound. John Braxton across the timeline for the Cougs.
Hankins has been all over the glass.
Bomb it. McNeil with a good effort on the glass keeps the possession alive for the Cougars.
That kid could play for me any day of the week, McNeil. He is a load off the glass.
South Brunswick slowing down the pace. There's where Bernard makes his money. That's where Bernard makes his money. Just missed that one, but he's so good in that mid-range area, Jay Bird.
He's kind of silky, you know. Like I was saying before, seems to show up in places where you don't expect it.
Carson Pope, back-to-back threes. West Brunswick starts the quarter on a 6-0 burst. All the points come on a pair of three-pointers from Carson Pope. South Brunswick head coach Mike Lotzenheiser wants to talk about it. The Trojans have extended that lead to 24-17 with 6:07 left before halftime.
Looking into that West Brunswick huddle, Sam, and Coach Taylor got to be happy with the way his team has come out here playing tonight. I mean, they're just throwing haymakers just like South is. How many threes, Sam? 4?
4 threes for West Brunswick in the opening 9 minutes and 53 seconds. You got 2 by Carson Pope, and then you had 1 from Salil Lee and 1 from Camden Coble in the first quarter. South Brunswick has made 1. It was a Chase Robinson long ball for the Cougs in the first quarter.
Yeah, three-point shooting for West Brunswick. Pretty good, really, 32% from the stripe this season. But certainly helps. And Pope, again, among conference leaders, he's 21 for 63 before tonight, shooting from the three-point line.
Yeah, Jay, according to this, he's a 33% three-point shooter, which is a good number, high school basketball.
Number. Yep.
So West 24, South 17. We're under the 6-minute mark here in the second quarter. South looking for his first points of the second quarter. That's short. Kevon Daniels with the rebound, and he's got a full head of steam. Look at him go, Jay Bird.
Oh, gosh.
Mid-range, Carson Pope. The mid-range jumper rattles out, and South Brunswick's Wise corrals the carom.
See the way he snapped that rebound pass out that time to Demarius Wise. Wow, strong, strong kid.
Tony Cox back into the game for South Brunswick.
That'll help the Cougars. He's good pass inside to McNeil.
Boy, that's good offense.
It was.
Really good offense. Daniels with a full head of steam. Oh, McNeil was going for the block, but a foul on the floor against Tony Cox.
Now, Sam.
Stopped play.
Sam, if that was me or you and McNeil came down court and jumped up in the air and came down on our back, where would we be?
Under the hardwood.
Yeah.
Flattened like a pancake.
And Daniels just kind of like shrugged.
Shrugged it off, right? West has got to get the ball in.
They do.
Very, very close to a 5-second call. Cobb alertly got it into Pope.
And that's a coach's son there, Josiah Johnson, making the right decision.
Oh, it was Johnson was the trigger man. Sorry about that. I thought it was Cobb. Oh, Pope thought about it briefly. Johnson can shoot it too, Jay Bird. We saw him makes a lot of shots from distance. Pope! Bingo! Carson Pope! 3 threes in the second quarter. The Trojan lead is 10.
The smoke is coming out of the Vatican tonight because the Pope is on fire.
Boy, that was a great ball reversal, and the Trojans were all over it.
Yeah, this zone is very aggressive.
Good pass into Demarius Wise, who lays it up and in. South Brunswick needed that one in the worst way. That stops a 9-0 spurt for the Trojans. Are they staying in the zone, Jay, or is this a man look?
Yeah, this looks a little like matchup. I think McNeil's hurt, Sam. Yeah, he's hurt. Number 4 is hurt. He's throwing up.
Oh, Jay Bird. Oh, man. Got a sick player on the hardwood.
Wow.
Jay, this is probably a good opportunity for both teams to retreat to the bench. J.J. Cobb was fouled on the shot attempt, so when we do resume play, J.J. Cobb will be going to the line for a pair for West Brunswick.
Yeah,
Man.
Wow, you know.
Man, feel for the kid.
I've seen that happen on the sidelines. I've never seen it happen on the court of play.
Yeah, Jay, we got a couple different spots down on the right end of the court if you're looking on your screen.
One of the officials is going to have a quick uniform change, I think, because I believe he was around there when Rashad McNeil was sick. Hope he's okay, but wow, because he's played well tonight.
And Jay, it is hot in here, and he has played incredibly hard, as they all have.
Well, and the intensity,
man,
Sam.
I
mean,
hate that.
The temperature, one thing, the intensity of this game, and there's a lot of athletic bodies that are just banging around out there.
It's been physical, it's been fast, it's been loud, it's been hot, and while the South Brunswick training staff tends to McNeil and we get a little court cleanup, we've got a break in the action. But Jay, an incredible first quarter full of back and forth action. There were about 6 lead changes in the first quarter alone. And then Carson Pope starts the second quarter with 3 consecutive three-pointers. South has gotten the lone bucket from Demarius Wise, and the Trojans now lead 27-19 with 3:55 left before halftime, as South Brunswick staff still works on getting
poor
court
kid
straight.
threw up from about just outside the key and pretty much all the way through the door. Tell you what, he did a lot better than what my kids did when they were growing up. If they threw up, they never made it to the bathroom, right? At least Rashad, Winnie and Huck, they make it to the bathroom.
Yeah, about 1 every 10 times.
That's right,
yeah.
you know. But God bless Rashad. I hope he's okay. That's the most important thing.
That is the primary concern, is the health and safety of that young man. And Jay, from a basketball perspective, if you're South Brunswick, you suddenly got a deal on the fly. What do I do without one of my premier players and arguably my best rebounder?
Yeah, well, not only their best rebounder, but number 1 in the conference in rebounding.
Jay, you know who's most disappointed for this break in the action?
Who?
Carson Pope.
Yeah.
He is on fire in the second quarter. Maybe the only thing that could slow him down or cool him off right now is this long break in the action. He has made 3 three-pointers in the second quarter. He also had a layup in the first. He's got a game-high 11 points. J.J. Cobb has 4 for West. Quincy Hankins has 4. Kavon Daniels with 2. Camden Coble and Silil Lee each hit a three-pointer. For South Brunswick, it is Caleb Bernard with 6, Tony Cox with 4, Chase Robinson had a 3, and then 2 each from Rashad McNeil, Demarius Wise, and Lamarion Mason.
Middle section. Look at the Cougar A, come down to reload. So, Sam.
Here we go, Jay. Teed up.
Lots of fans here this evening, as you can see in that shot. But is there anybody younger than that precious little baby right there in front of you, Sam?
Jay, is there anyone more comfortable in this gym right now than that precious little baby?
I doubt it very much. Hey, looky who's here. Number 4, McNeil, comes back out.
Rashad, Jay, this is like Willis Reed.
Yeah.
All over again.
Holy moly.
Except for a stomach instead of an ankle or leg or whatever it was with Willis Reed.
Great shot by Nathan that time, though, wasn't it?
Nathan Evers, the man, production manager Aaron Varnum, the man. Jay, I understand Bella's, the restaurant, has the Focus Broadband TV Game of the Week on inside the restaurant.
Come on.
Tonight J.J. Cobb was fouled before the quote-unquote action. Paused play. And J.J. now a perfect 3 of 3 from the stripe tonight. West lead up to 9. Cobb just sank point number 5, going for point number 6. And he does just that. Jay, I don't believe he's touched the rim on his 4 free throw attempts.
Now, he shoots 64% from the free throw line, so we're kind of used to that after, you know, watching JJ for all these many years.
Boy, West has been really effective offensively in the game's first quarter and a half.
Well, and this zone defense here in the second
Walked.
quarter.
Yeah,
Great.
Jay, that's the 3rd traveling violation against Daniels in the first half.
And I don't know about, I can't remember the other 2, but that one for sure is just great defense by Bernard.
Sure was. Well, we sure hope Rashad's okay. South Brunswick down 10, 3:20 left before halftime. The Cougars trying to claw into this double-digit West Brunswick lead. West has outscored South 11-2 in the second quarter. Demarius Wise has the lone second quarter bucket for South Brunswick.
Look at D. Wise.
Oh, good pass.
I'm telling you.
And found an open man.
And Coble for West is like a jumping jack.
Boy, shaky possession here for South Brunswick, but it still got possession. Robinson on the drive. That shot blocked by Quincy Hankins, his 3rd block of the night, but South Brunswick maintains possession.
Yeah, Sam, remember, we were talking about this last week about zone defenses and how do you attack them. And you see everything for South in the last 60 seconds been way outside on the perimeter. Nothing inside where they can dribble, drive, and kick out. There you go, inside.
Good pass from Wise to Mason, but Mason couldn't corral it. And then Daniels turned it over. Now South has numbers. Tony Cox with a drive.
Just couldn't finish.
Couldn't finish it. Now Cobb on the break.
That's a shot.
Pope again.
That's a shot.
Just a little too strong. Quincy Hankins with the rebound. Over to Kevon Daniels. He missed.
Go up.
Hankins with the offensive rebound. Up and in. He's got 6. Biggest lead of the night for the Trojans at 31-19.
You like it when they attack the glass, and Hankins has been all over it.
But you see, Jay, West Brunswick was working from inside out. You know, got penetration, then everything opened up. Whereas a lot of what South's done the last couple possessions has been passing the ball around the perimeter. Bernard's now got it, working on Camden Coble. Good move there. Robinson on the right wing, back out to Tony Cox. Bernard from way deep. Bingo! Caleb Bernard, the sweet shooting lefty, pulls South Brunswick within 9 at 31-22. Jay, the Cougars needed that one in the worst way.
Sam Hickman, you just stole the words out of my mouth that time. They really, really needed that shot. This game was beginning to get away from them after playing so well in the first quarter, but the big guy, scoring-wise, Caleb Bernard, 9 points on the game for Bernard, but that was a big, big shot that the Cougars needed.
Jay, somehow, I'm still trying to figure it out. Caleb Bernard, it's been the quietest 9 points.
Yeah.
I mean, Jay, he's on pace to eclipse his season average of 15 per game. He's got 9, and we still got a minute and a half left before halftime.
Yeah, it's and I was trying to kind of say that before. He kind of shows up in weird places, right? I mean, but there's good places.
Aiden Brown into the game for the first time for West Brunswick.
It's another kind of short and big is Brown.
Game clock down to a minute 10 seconds left here in the second quarter. West gets into their offense. Cobb alertly tipped it back, but then lost it. Now Cobb got it back. Now Bernard tips it away, and Cobb's got it back for the Trojans. Coble threw it away.
Mason.
Lamarion Mason got tripped and fouled.
But Sam, he was hurt before.
Yeah, he was hurt down here at the half-court line.
Exactly. So hopefully, and looky who's coming back.
Jay, back up. Back up. Rashad McNeil checking into the game for South Brunswick.
Boy,
whoa, Jay, what was the? Jay, it was not a foul called against West Brunswick. They called Mason for a travel.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Well,
so
Rashad,
West somehow keeps the ball after turning it over about 4 times in 3 seconds.
Yeah, and then see Mason's checking out. I think he got roughed up a little bit.
West has got to get it in. And Pope does a good job making himself available to J.J. Cobb. And then Cobb circles back near the midcourt logo. Little horns look from West Brunswick. Pope fires. Oh, the rebound bounces around, and then West just didn't go grab it. Now Bernard on the drive.
Pope.
Shot was blocked, knocked out of bounds by Tony Cox. Was that Pope on the wrong shot?
I think it was either Pope or 21, Caden Bryant.
Coach Taylor, Aaron Taylor of West Brunswick, tried to get Chiz Mastry. J.J. Cobb's got to go, Jay. He's got to get it across the timeline. Got it by about a second. 17 seconds. Cobb working on Bernard. West up by 9.
Maybe the last shot of the half.
Yep, West has got to get in the set. We're down under the 6-second mark now. There's the screen. Cobb with a full head of steam. Shot no good. South Brunswick ball with 1.1 seconds left before the halftime break. John Braxton checking into the game for Demarius Wise for the Cougars.
Bodies flying around everywhere.
Jay, do you have a set for this year? You going to go with the baseball heave to the other end and try to get a shot off, or?
Looks like it. Nope.
The good defense by Aiden Brown over there to prevent South from getting a desperation heave off. After 2 quarters of play, West Brunswick has built a 31-22 lead over the South Brunswick Cougars. Carson Pope with a game-high 11. J.J. Cobb with 6. For South Brunswick, Caleb Bernard leads the way with 9. Tony Cox has 4. West Brunswick leads by 9 on Focus Broadband TV. And we're back for the start of the third quarter. West Brunswick leading South Brunswick 31-22. The starters will start off the third quarter. And this one, Cox misses everything. Wise just turns around. No one was there. And Wise puts in the offensive rebound. South starts the third quarter quickly.
For such a big man, he has such a soft touch.
Boy, Daniels had a wide open layup and just couldn't get it to go. So South cuts into the lead, gets it to 7, and then gets a stop on the other end.
Yeah, Kavan has only scored 2 points here, the leading scorer for West Brunswick. And a jersey change, Sam.
Yeah.
Rashad McNeil was wearing 4. He's now wearing number 11.
Boy, Jay, you know, it just hit me. Sylil Lee for West Brunswick picked up those 2 early fouls, and he didn't come back in the rest of the first half. So he's starting the third quarter after not playing. Oh, man, how did he do that?
How did he do that?
Man, he stopped on a dime.
Good grief.
Both South players blew by, took it all the way for a layup. West lead back to 9, 33-24.
You talk about hand-eye coordination along with strength and agility. Good pass inside. Wise got a turn on him. Good, good.
D. Wise with a nice move on the low block. He's got 4 points in the third quarter, 6 for the game. Pope, secondary break, just misses.
Hankins.
Miss everything. Tony Cox with the defensive board. South within 7 at 33-26.
That would have been a good time for Hankins, Quincy, to just toss it back out. There you go. There you go. Oh!
Oh, Wise missed. And then Pope got it. Ahead to Daniels.
Nice kick.
Sylil Lee,
Nice
clean
kick.
look.
Oh.
Missed it. Caleb Bernard with the rebound. And, Jay, the track meet goes on, doesn't it?
Hectic pace.
Boy, Pope missed a clean look. And, oh, good head fake. Pull-up jumper. No good. Pope with the rebound. Pope and Lee have missed clean open threes in the third quarter. Cobb's shot was blocked from behind. And Cox coming the other way with it. The offense is slowed down for West Brunswick. Only 2 points here in the third quarter as South trying to cut into that lead. Good pass from Wise to Caleb Bernard, who puts it up and in. He's in double figures with 11. The West lead is 5. Daniels just a little too strong. Quincy Hankins strong to the basket, off the glass and in. He's got 8, and the West lead back to 7 points, 35-28. And the South Brunswick Cougars want a timeout.
Well, that play was only possible because of Sylil Lee, who kept the ball alive on that offensive rebound. And West, what's the score?
35-28. Football score.
Yeah, but both teams not backing down, right? I mean, they are going at it toe-to-toe.
And, Jay, you certainly know a lot more about it than I do. I feel like South Brunswick has found something offensively, throwing it down to the big fella.
Yeah.
West, nor really anyone else, has anyone who can guard him one-on-one and keep the big guy out of the paint.
Yeah, let's watch the next trip down for South, what kind of defense West is in, because they had a lot of luck in that second quarter with that zone defense. Looked to me like the last trip down, they were kind of out of the zone and more in a man, but that might be a way to try to match up better with Wise inside. Now, height-wise, no problem, but bulk-wise, big problem. Yes, it looks like, I think they're in a man, Sam.
Oh, Bernard lost his footing. McNeil with the New Jersey. No good. Cobb with the long rebound. Here comes Pope. Shot blocked by McNeil, out of bounds. It'll be West Brunswick basketball.
Yeah, it looked to me like that last possession for South Brunswick, West Brunswick was at a man. So we'll see how long Coach Taylor stays with that.
So West Brunswick with possession underneath its own basket. Long pass out to Cobb. Now to Daniels in the high post. He drives, takes it straight to the rim, lays it up and in. He's already got 2 buckets in the third quarter. Didn't make a field goal in the first half. Daniels suddenly has 6.
Boy, he kind of plays like an old man, you know. He's got that low post game, and he's only 6'2".
Off of Wise's fingertips and out of bounds. So it'll be Trojan ball. West leads 37-28, 4:07 left in the third quarter.
That was good defensive matchup by Cobb that time. Sort of forced that errant pass.
Oh, good pass from Pope into Hankins. Hankins couldn't corral it, and West lost it out of bounds. West Brunswick head coach Aaron Taylor asking for a foul call down there.
Yeah, unfortunate possession that time for the Trojans. Daniels, oh my word.
Daniels with some quick hands there, slapped it out of bounds, but South Brunswick will maintain possession. John Braxton checking into the game for South Brunswick. Demarius Wise coming off for the Cougars. It's Robinson, Braxton, Mason, Cox, and Bernard for South. Cobb, Daniels, Pope, Hankins, and Lee for West.
Wow.
Oh, what a putback. Lamarion Mason. What a play.
Yeah, I'm not sure there wasn't a foul involved there somewhere.
Yeah, I thought so too, Jay Bird. Daniels with an aggressive drive to the basket. He was fouled on the way up.
Good things happen when you go to the basket. And West Brunswick able to do that, particularly with the athleticism and just pure strength of Kevon Daniels. He's going to shoot a pair.
And Jay, adding to that point, Daniels with a full head of steam to the basket and no McNeil or Wise in there to protect the rim for South.
Good matchup move by West to take advantage of that.
Daniels perfect from the line tonight, 4 of 4, so he's made 4 free throws and 2 buckets. He's got 8, and the West lead back to 9, 39-30.
West has shot free throws pretty well here this evening, Sam.
Only missed 1. Quincy Hankins missed 1 in the first quarter.
Nice. Gosh, he
got
quick
fouled.
hops.
Yep. Bernard fouled on the putback, so the junior lefty, averaging 15 a game, will go to the line for 2 for South Brunswick.
Yeah, Sam, you were talking about that second hop, second jump, and Bernard's one of these kids that probably plays a little taller than what he really is.
He's also a very good free throw shooter, Jay, at 71%.
Yeah, excellent free throw shooter. And, you know, his game will allow him to shoot a lot of free throws.
Yes, it will. And he knocks in a pair there. He's got 13. That leads all scorers here tonight. Telegraphed. Oh, Mason lost it. Then Coble lost it. My guess is Daniels is not going to lose it.
Yeah.
Charge. Yep. Pope got there early, never moved a muscle, and Cox went right through him. That was a good play in transition defensively for Carson Pope.
Sam, a big game in the Mid-East Conference tonight matches the 2 undefeated teams, New Hanover and Hoggard. Score after the first quarter, 15-11, New Hanover.
Cobb with an aggressive drive to the basket, couldn't get the foul call. Bernard's got it. Oh man, just missed it. Chase Robinson tracks down the board, out of bounds off of Quincy Hankins, and South will get another look at it this possession.
Good effort. Good effort by Hankins that time, running that ball down way away from the basket.
I was going to say, my partner, J.J. White, has checked into the game for South Brunswick, the junior guard, number 0. South within 7. Hankins in a good recovery. J.J. White lost it. Now over to Lamarion Mason. He lost it. Cobb in there. Coble comes away with it. He's in trouble in the corner. Reach around foul by number 24, John Braxton. 1:44 left in the third. So, Jay, this third quarter has had the frenetic pace that we had early, but not the skillful baskets, every trip down.
Haven't finished as well. Hey, Sam, I got to just take a wild guess. Camden Coble for West related to Brooklyn Coble?
I'm assuming so.
Camden, Brooklyn? Has to be. 2 towns, 2 cities?
I'm thinking so.
It's got to be Camden, New Jersey and Brooklyn, New York. We need to find that out.
Cobb tracked that one down by the timeline. They're going to go into Daniels.
Look at him.
In the post.
And
he makes a nice move. That's up and in. He's now got 10.
He is a post player trapped in a guard's body, I'm telling you.
Jay, a wise broadcaster once told me, water seeks its own level. Tony Cox up and in off the glass. He's got 6. Kevon Daniels had 2 at halftime. He averages 15, and now he's got 10 for the game.
Yeah, that's not Carson's game, trying to create inside.
Jay, I think he was trying to take on the smaller J.J. White, which was a good idea, but once help came, probably one you want to get rid of there and maybe reset.
Well, when the ball's below your knees, then Pope's height advantage goes away.
Pass thrown right into the chest of Quincy Hankins, but he was looking for his man to guard, so Hankins it bounced off of him and out of bounds.
Hankins out there laughing. I'd be crying if I got hit like that.
Now, Jay, here's a zone look from West. They've done a good job mixing up their looks here tonight defensively.
I like it when teams change up defensively.
30 seconds left. Nope, couldn't rebound. Jay, they say it's much harder to rebound out of the zone. West couldn't grab one there. Lamarion Mason fouled on the putback attempt, so Mason will go to the line for 2.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mason, don't know a lot about him, but observation, he can get up.
Jay, I'm not doing anything on the offensive end if I'm West Brunswick without it running through Kevon Daniels first. He's got 8 points in the third quarter and seems to have found his rhythm offensively. Mason misses the first. Jay, that was only the 3rd free throw attempt of the night for South Brunswick.
Yeah, I think West has been very good defensively this evening and not getting caught up in a foul game.
And West is 10 of 11 from the stripe. Boy, Pope just saved it. It went off 2 West guys and almost went out of bounds, but Pope saved it.
Take it down.
Pope thought about it. Now back out to Cobb. 12 seconds. Coble from deep.
That looks good.
Bingo! Number 4, Camden Coble, his 2nd long ball of the night. The lead back to 10. Jay, 3 seconds before the break. Cox has got it. Jay, I think they're going to get a foul call on West.
And Hankins came down hurt.
Yes, he did. Good call. Tony Cox is going to shoot 2 free throws, Jay, with no time left on the third quarter clock. And Jay, insult to injury. Quincy Hankins was called for a foul, and he came up lame on when he landed.
So time has expired, but the foul was called just before the buzzer, I guess.
Yep, so nobody down low. He'll shoot almost like an untimed down, partner.
54% from the free throw line is Tony, and sinks the first.
And that one rolled around the rim about a dozen times before falling through. So Cox with a chance to pull South within 8. And he was short on the second attempt. And that will do it for the third quarter. West Brunswick clinging to a 9-point lead here on Focus Broadband TV. Trojans lead the Cougars 44-35. Jay Bird, a packed student section over there at South Brunswick. What's the theme tonight?
Well, I thought it was a bunch of doctors or residents or something, but Aaron said, no, it's scrub night.
Okay.
HOSA night.
Health Occupation Students of America.
Well, they're all here in South Brunswick this evening, and we certainly salute them for it.
Lee's going to fire from deep. That off the mark. And McNeil went over about a half dozen Trojans, and a foul going to be called on number 23, Aiden Brown of West Brunswick.
Only 3 players scored in the third quarter for West, but one of them was Daniels,
who had 8 in the third quarter.
Well, basketball is a game of runs. South is looking for a little one here. That's how you start it.
Caleb Bernard from deep, and the Cougars just like that within 6. Game on from BSL.
Just a 2-possession game. 3 can shoot you in, it can shoot you out, but Bernard keeping them in.
Boy, good defense by South Brunswick, cutting off that baseline there.
Yeah, and good patience on the part of West. They're well coached, Sam. They only turn the ball over 15 times a game. They don't waste possessions.
Oh, Cobb went right around him.
Wow.
And then was fouled on his way to the basket. So J.J. Cobb will go to the line for a pair.
Holy cow, that kid is quick. Woo! I remember when he was coming to West, 9th grade year, and they said, Jay, wait till you see this kid Cobb. But you gotta look quick, because he's here
or you'll
and
miss
then he's
him.
not, right?
Yep.
It's been
Somebody
fun.
told you accurately.
Fun covering him over his West Brunswick career, both basketball and football.
Cobb splits a pair. He is 5 of 6 from the charity stripe tonight. He has 7 points. West just forgot to guard Bernard, his second straight three-pointer, and the Cougars are within 4, 45-41.
Sam, it can shoot you in or it can shoot you out. West is in the zone, helps him a little bit inside, but gives up that shot to Bernard 2 times down. Can't have that.
Jay, my guess is Kevon Daniels won't be on the bench for long.
Suspicion you're right. And your prediction came true.
Daniels has come to the scores table.
Tell you what, South is is attacking him defensively.
Oh.
Dangerous pass.
Pope's pass stolen. Outlet pass. Bernard caught it. Drives right around
he's going all
Coble.
the way.
Fouled. Shot won't fall, but Bernard will go to the line for a pair. Jay, he's got 19, a chance to make it 20 and 21, and most importantly, a chance to make this a one-possession game here.
And he's a 71% free throw shooter is Caleb Bernard. Only a junior. Very, very solid basketball player.
Knocks in the first one. Yeah, well.
Couple of subs coming in.
21, Caden Bryant coming in with Kevon Daniels, number 12.
Well, with Hankins out, Bryant gives him a little more height inside.
Boy, Caleb Bernard has outscored West Brunswick 8-1 in the fourth quarter, and it is a 2-point game.
Told you, basketball, a game of runs, and nice little run for the Cougars here in the fourth quarter, principally because of Caleb Bernard. Shouldn't say principally, I should say exclusively because of Caleb Bernard. Now, West is going to make him come out and defend.
And Daniels working on Mason.
Wow.
Daniels drove it into traffic, ran into Wise, missed the shot out of bounds. Quincy Hankins has emerged from the locker room, and it's a 2-point game, partner. 4:40 left, West 45, South 43. Good pass from Wise into McNeil. He shuffled his feet when he caught it. Traveling violation, so West dodged a bullet there.
Look, Rashad McNeil, I'm still shocked that he's playing right after the sickness episode in the first half. So,
foul on the floor called against South Brunswick. That's the 5th team foul. Foul was called against Lamarion Mason, number 14.
Yeah, both teams tonight have done a good job defending and really staying away from the fouls.
West baseline out of bounds. Cobb the trigger man. Pope's got it.
Big crowd here from West Brunswick. Big crowd here from South Brunswick. Friday night lights in the on the basketball court.
Pope lost the low pass out of bounds. So South gets it again. It's second time with the ball down 2.
Sam, South has done a really good job here in the fourth quarter of picking up their defensive intensity. There has not been many good shots available for the Trojans.
No, there have not. Bernard's got it. Good pass into Wise. We're all knotted up at 45. Wise has 8. And this game is tied.
Great dish by Bernard that time. And when the big guy gets that close to the basket, almost impossible to stop.
Boy, Jay, since
I think that would have counted
had
it fall.
It's a 2-shot foul. Yep, Kevon Daniels will go to the line for 2 with the game knotted up at 45.
Kevon, 64% shooter from the free throw line.
4 of 4 from the stripe here tonight. And he missed the first. And Jay, really the West Brunswick screeching to a halt offensively happened when South went man-to-man. When they ditched that zone is when West has really, really struggled offensively. We've played 4 minutes and 40 seconds in the fourth quarter, and West has made 1 free throw.
They don't have a basket, and they haven't really had many decent shots. So I agree with you. The South defense, really the difference in the fourth quarter.
Daniels missed long on the first, Missed short on the second, so West comes up empty. Oh, what a block. Oh,
they got a foul. I think they got a foul on Hankins. Nope, check it on Pope.
shooting foul called against Carson Pope. So Caleb Bernard will go to the line for 2.
And that's just the guy that the Cougars want on the line is their leading scorer, kind of their leading everything, if you will, Caleb Bernard. 2-4, 4 for 4 from the free throw line here this evening.
Bernard knocks in the first. South Brunswick takes a 1-point lead. Jay, they've outscored West Brunswick 11-1 in the fourth quarter.
Well, as we said, game of runs. South has had theirs here in the fourth quarter. Let's see what West Brunswick can do.
So Bernard, that's his first.
Timeout by Coach Taylor, which is a good one. Sam, how far up was West Brunswick?
Got up by as much as 12 or 13.
Yeah, so they've squandered that advantage.
Yeah, it was 31-19, I think,
go.
was the biggest discrepancy.
And trailing by 1 here. Plenty of time, though, 3 minutes.
But, Jay, it's all happened in the last 5 minutes.
Yep.
West maintained. West led by 9 at halftime and led by 9 at the end of the third quarter.
That's
44-35. So they've been outscored 11-1 here in the fourth quarter alone.
Well, and again, not to beat a dead horse, but Trojans haven't even gotten or have been able to get good shots here in the fourth quarter, much less score. They only 1 point through 5 minutes of play here in Q4 is a free throw to J.J. Cobb. He missed the other one, and Kevon Daniels missed 2 free throw opportunities. So West has shot free throws well tonight, but not here in the fourth quarter.
Started the night 10 of 11, 1 of their last 4.
He is Rain Man, ladies and gentlemen.
Fourth quarter free throws are different, Jay. You're tired. You don't have your legs under you.
That's right. Always thought they should measure efficiency or productivity between the fourth quarter and earlier in the game. A wild shot. South comes up with the ball. I think the official said there was a kick.
Boy, Jay,
of
that
the
was
ball.
a wild shot coming out of a timeout, wasn't it?
Not how Coach Taylor drew it up, I'm sure. So West going to get back in this. Going to have to.
Oh, they found Bernard. Oh, I didn't realize Hankins was back. Okay.
Yeah, well, so was Daniels. Oh, that's a good turn. That's a good turn.
D. Wise with a big move. He's got 10. South Brunswick 13-1 run. Cougars lead by 3.
That is a wonderful inside move by Wise. These kids want this slide to end in the conference. Got a shot right now with a little over 2 to go. Still, no shots. No shots, Sam. 6 minutes. And a drive. There's a shot.
Daniels off the glass and in. That pulls West Brunswick back within 1. His first bucket of the fourth quarter. He's got 12. And now the biggest assignment of his night. He's guarding Caleb Bernard man-to-man here late in the game.
Wow. That is a tough. Look at McNeil.
Oh, no foul was called.
Wow. He's going up. Nothing called.
Foul. Kevon Daniels going to the line for 2. Folks, you can hardly hear a whistle from our seats. It's so loud. But a shooting foul was called. West Brunswick's down by 1. Kevon Daniels is going to go to the line and shoot 2.
Kevon, a 64% from the free throw line shooter tonight. 4 for 6. So he's kind of about what he is for the season, but needs him now and kind of waggling that right arm a little bit.
Nothing but net on the first free throw. That
Sam,
ties up the game.
I swear you'd think this game was at Charlotte.
Yeah, or for the NBA Finals,
Yeah.
Game 7.
He's still, his right arm, right shoulder, as you can see there, bothering him a little bit.
Boy, Jay, and on the previous possession, Bernard had a point-blank look that he makes probably 49 times out of 50. Just couldn't get it to go. Daniels, nothing but net on the second free throw.
Probably coming out, too, or they get a timeout anyway.
Jay, unless he can't, unless that arm's falling off, I don't think he's coming out.
Okay,
right
so.
here. I'm not sure he'd allow you to take him out.
So he's no Lamar Jackson, right?
Man, a jaded Ravens fan.
Well, let's not ruin a wonderful basketball game by talking about that. But yeah, so we got 1:29 to go, Sam. Trojans holding on to a 1-point lead, and it's a white knuckler for sure.
4 straight points for West Brunswick, Jay, after falling behind 48-45.
Runs, game of runs. The game is a game of runs.
Kevon Daniels answered the bell just in time. Caught the ball in the high post 2 possessions ago, drove for a layup.
Sam, 2 players have scored in this quarter for West, Cobb and Daniels. 2 players have scored in this quarter for South, Bernard and the big guy, Demarius Wise.
And, Jay, if Wise catches it deep, I know he's a good free throw shooter. Boy, that gamble, Daniels missed on the gamble. Charge. Oh,
wow.
boy. Carson Pope takes a big charge.
Wow, what a dangerous play by Pope, but he pulled it off. And hopefully Mason's going to be okay.
What just happened, Jay Bird?
I can tell you who doesn't agree with that is Coach Mike Lutzenheiser.
Boy, Coach Lotz is hot.
He is very hot. But look,
Did 14 foul out, or is it an injury thing?
Coach Lout's not happy whatsoever. Gonna let him bring it in.
Yep, still a minute, 20 seconds left in the game. West has got the ball. They're face guarding J.J. Cobb over by the midcourt line.
They don't want him to get the ball to create, for sure. They'll take their chances with Daniels. Remember, West has enough points to win. Look at this matchup. Wise at the top of the key, looking up, eyeing up Kevon Daniels. He's going to pull him out of it. Now Cobb's got the ball, and he's saying, looky out. Oh, man.
Oh, Bernard took it from him.
Oh, he'll convert.
Bernard still lays it up and in. South leads by 1. South wanted a timeout but didn't get it.
Oh!
And 1. Kevon Daniels drives into the chest of the big man, puts it up and in. Trojans reclaim the lead by 1.
Wow.
36 seconds left, plenty of ball game left, but West has taken a 1-point lead. Boy.
And we got
Jay, we got an incident in the bleachers. Folks, bear with us.
Kids are being pulled off the court. There it is. Sam, it's you got the police involved.
Bear with us, folks. The athletic director is coming over to address the crowd.
I think there's going to be some fans, students, whatever, that are going to be escorted off the court by the sheriff's department.
Kevon Daniels made a basket on the west side. A blocking foul was called against South Brunswick. It was intense. It was celebrated. And then an incident broke out. We're going to take a quick break while all this gets sorted out. West Brunswick leads 51-50, 36 seconds left in the ballgame. We'll be right back on Focus Broadband TV. We're back here on Focus Broadband TV after a ugly scene interrupted play for a few minutes. Jay, a really good scene when the teams came out of the locker room. Demarius Wise met the West Brunswick players as they were coming out, and they high-fived each other, you know, just to show a good faith between the student athletes to get things going back in the right direction. It was but Jay, to be frank, it was an ugly scene. That interrupted play spilled onto the court. Several folks were asked to leave the gym or removed from the gym, but we're going to finish these 36 seconds with West Brunswick leading by 1 and Kevon Daniels going to the foul line. It looks like they will give the teams a chance to warm up here before finishing the game.
Well, Sam, as we've joked about a lot in the time that you and I have been doing these games, I've been doing it for a long time, since 1988. And I'm here to tell you, I have never seen anything like it. And gosh, it goes without saying, I hope that I never see anything like it again.
Jay, the adjective that keeps just coming up to my brain is sad. It was sad that such a fun atmosphere, electric atmosphere, you know, big comeback by South Brunswick. The crowd's into it. West, you know, then comes back at the end. That such a good high school basketball game is going to be marred by such an incident.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad, but I got to be honest with you, a little scary too.
Well, 100% scary.
When you see police officers converge on multiple fights, I mean, there were probably at any one time 3 or 4 different skirmishes going on. When you see a young man taken out handcuffed, when you see a young lady who's still laying on the floor getting some kind of attention for whatever happened to her, and I'm sure she was inadvertently
collateral damage, or, you know.
Yeah,
yep.
But Sam, there's something. They need medical attention here. We're not going to show this to you on our camera.
Yeah, we're going to take another short break while the teams finish warming up. And if we do have the conclusion of tonight's game, we will have it for you. But we're going to take a break here on Focus Broadband TV. We are back from South Brunswick High School, where we are going to finish the final 36.3 seconds in a tense high school basketball game between the West Brunswick Trojans and the South Brunswick Cougars. Jay, before the long break, Kevon Daniels ran into Demarius Wise in the paint, got the shot up and in, basket counted, so Kevon Daniels will go to the line for one with West Brunswick up by one. 36 seconds left, West 51, South Brunswick 50. Kevon Daniels will be going to the line to shoot one. The teams have just completed a 2-minute warm-up period, and both sides have timeouts left.
Yeah, so that's after I didn't look at the clock, but it had to be maybe a 30-minute delay, I think, give or take. So who knows what these kids are going to look like in this last 36.3 seconds. But you set the stage very well, Sam. 1-point lead. Daniels on the line to shoot one.
Jay, probably worth mentioning, West Brunswick's next foul will send, if it's a non-shooting foul, will send South Brunswick to the line. And then South has 19 fouls, so any South foul on West from here out will be of the two-shot variety. Kevon Daniels.
West only has one player on the line.
And Daniels, after the long break, steps up and knocks it in. West leads 52-50. 30 seconds left in the ball game. Tony Cox has got it. Over to Bernard, who's guarded by J.J. Cobb. Ran into a hard screen from Wise. Tony Cox inside. Shot is missed. Putback is up and in by Bernard. Tie game. 15 seconds left.
He's going to call a timeout, Sam.
And West Brunswick head coach Aaron Taylor calls a timeout with 11.5 seconds left, and the game tied 52-52. It will be a full timeout. So, Jay, to step up to the free throw line after such a long break and bury it like Daniels did, a big shot. South Brunswick comes down, misses a baby hook. Bernard right there for the offensive rebound and the stick back. And
tell you what, the officials didn't want to call a foul underneath on McNeil's shot because he looked like he got banged pretty good. But you're right, Bernard, as we said tonight, he just seems to turn up in the right place at the right time, and the right place there was the putback to tie this game up. So you got 11 and a half seconds to go. You're going to bring the ball in from the side right in front of the West Brunswick bench. And we've talked about this before. I always think you go to the basket and you make the officials make a call, or you force things, force something on the defense to do something. And if you make the shot, okay, and if you don't, you live and you die at the free throw line. How many points? I think Bernard has got 26 for the game, 13 in the fourth quarter alone.
He had 13 in the first three quarters and 13 in the fourth quarter alone.
It's across the court, not in front of the bench.
They're going to go straight into Daniels. The game clock is under 10. Working on Bernard. Drives to the hole. Walk.
Oh, my word.
And now South's going to get a crack at it with 4.2 seconds left. And now we're going to have a South Brunswick timeout. The Cougars are going to have a chance to win the game. Jay, that was brilliant defense. They had Daniels guarded at every level.
Yeah, they did. And I mean, Coach Louts knew that either Daniels or Cobb were going to probably control the ball. They went to Daniels, and to your point, they did a really effective job of defending him. And on the drive to the basket, which is what Kevon was trying to do, picked up his dribble because of the defense and shuffled his feet. So 4.2 seconds left.
But they got to go the length of the court.
The length of the court, and which is plenty of time to go to the length of the court. I expect West will pick up full court, apply some pressure, and make it difficult. So we thought we had 36.3 seconds to go. We may have another few minutes, depending upon this next 4.2.
Jay, if you're West Brunswick, do you think about maybe sending another defender at Bernard to make him give it up?
Well, clearly he's the guy that you would expect to take the last shot. Now, having said that, maybe you try to take advantage of that and get the ball to someone else out there. I don't think you can use Wise in this situation on the offensive end.
They got it into Tony Cox. Jay, he's got to go. Turned it over. Half-court heave, good if it goes. It's well short, and we're going to play 4 more minutes. Only fitting that this regulation ended with kind of a wacky turn of events. Jay, the last 15 seconds, each team had a chance. Neither team able to get a shot off. Well, not counting Cobb's half-court heave there at the end. So 4 minutes of overtime. The teams knotted up at 52-52. Jay, South Brunswick got 13 from Bernard, 4 from Wise in that quarter. Outscored West Brunswick 17-8 by my count.
Made up that 9-point deficit heading into the to the fourth quarter, and so a great comeback by South Brunswick. Neither team could get a shot off in the final 36 seconds, and as you explained, Sam, we are now going to a 4-minute overtime. Wow.
Quite a night, huh?
In more ways than one.
Caleb Bernard has 26 to lead all scorers. Kevon Daniels has 17, 15 of those in the second half. He scored the last 7 points of regulation for West Brunswick. Carson Pope has 11, but was held scoreless in the second half, partner.
All those came in the first half, yeah. It's interesting, as I mentioned earlier, 2 players scored in the fourth quarter for West and 2 players scored in the fourth quarter for South.
Some confusion as to which direction the teams will be going. You're going to be shooting at the basket on the end where your bench is. So West will be going right to left on your screen. South will be going left to right. And Daniels jumping against McNeil. Oh, kind of lucky that foul wasn't called there on Josiah Johnson. Johnson, Cobb, Quincy Hankins, Carson Pope, and Kevon Daniels for West. It's Bernard, Cox, Wise, Mason, and McNeil for South Brunswick. Lamarion Mason fouled on a good, strong drive to the basket. Mason will shoot a pair.
Well, Mason had gone out latter stages of the fourth quarter with an apparent injury, but looked pretty good on that drive there.
So Mason at the line with a chance to give the Cougars the lead. Nothing but nylon. Mason's quietly had a good night. He's got 5. He was 0 of 2 from the stripe before that make, so South has a 1-point advantage. Mason hard off the backboard and off the rim.
Look to Cobb to try to set the pace here on this possession.
Cobb's pass stolen, and then he commits a foul that will send Tony Cox to the line down here for a 1-and-1.
Yeah, JJ got caught up in the air that time and probably would have been better advised shooting the ball himself rather than trying to make the acrobatic pass. So
big spot right here, Jay. If he can knock in these free throws, or at least one of them, he could extend this South Brunswick advantage. It is a 1-and-1. Long. Oh, man, hit every part of the rim and backboard, but wouldn't fall. So West dodges a bullet there. 3:15 left in the ball game. Trojans down by 1.
Looks like they are playing, I think they're playing a box on Kevon Daniels, Sam. Number 14, Mason, following Daniels everywhere.
Boy, deflected pass went right back to Kevon Daniels.
Well, he's not following him now, so forget the box. They definitely want Kevon to take this shot.
Josiah Johnson, oh, that was dead on the money. And Daniels chased down the board.
Somebody's going to have to step up and shoot the ball for West outside of Kavan.
Well, West disheveled offensively, have been for most of the fourth quarter and so far this overtime period.
Bernard on Cobb. Interesting matchup. Not going to shoot from out there. Got to get to the rim. Could not do it. South defense solid.
South Brunswick slows it up. 1 minute, 50 seconds left. Cox goes right by. Oh, couldn't get the shot to go, but he was fouled on the way up by Carson Pope. That will be a 2-shot foul. Tony Cox just missed the front end of a 1-and-1, but will shoot a pair from the line here.
Well, Pope had to do that, Sam. And
yeah, can't give him a layup.
Yeah, if he could get a block, that would be great. But you couldn't give him the basketball, that's for sure.
West has just had no answer for South Brunswick's defense that they're playing on them late in the ball game. Cox missed another free throw. Sylil Lee checking into the game for Josiah Johnson. 1:48 left in the ball game. West Brunswick trails South Brunswick by 1. Cougars 53, Trojans 52. And McNeil,
wow,
tracks down the offensive rebound. Biggest play of the night so far. Cox missed a pair, but McNeil battled about 3 different Trojans to corral the offensive board, and South Brunswick maintains possession with 1:45 left in overtime. Cougars up 1.
Well, you saw how important rebounding is, and you saw why Rashad McNeil leads the conference in rebounding, and great call by Coach Lutz, too, to kind of calm things down a little bit and set up something out of this possession. 1:45 to go, and South up by a point.
And Jay, that one could have shook out in several different ways, because after McNeil tracked down the rebound, it looked like he got fouled just over by the baseline, but the timeout was called before the foul. That would have sent McNeil to the line for 2 free throws. Granted, he's only a 45% shooter from the charity stripe, but West very nearly gifted South a point or 2.
Yeah, well, and South is kind of keeping West in the game because of they've made 1 of 3 in this quarter, Sam. Is that right?
I had 1 of 5.
1 of 5, okay.
Mason was 1 for
That's
2, and Cox is 0 for 3.
That's right, 1 of 5. You're right.
And West hasn't had well, the Josiah Johnson 3 was a good look. It was just too strong, but West has only had 1 good look at the basket. And
wow.
And Jay, now you got a great free throw shooter go into the line for 2 with a 1-point lead.
So Sam, that was an excellent textbook example of when on an inbounds play, the person throwing the ball inbounds often comes open. You kind of lose your ability to or concentration on them, and that's exactly what happened that time. Bernard threw it inbounds, went to the bucket, they got it right back to him, and South has a 3-point lead.
So still no field goals in the extra period. South has made 3 free throws, nothing from West.
West only down 1 possession, down by 3. Foul on Demarius Wise.
Jay, maybe not the worst result for South Brunswick. It is a 2-shot foul because the double bonus, but Quincy Hankins only a 49% free throw shooter.
Well, not a prolific free throw shooter, but the good thing for West is it stops the clock. So you got a chance to score without using any time.
Boy, and Quincy says, watch this, Mr. Sam Hickman, and buries the first of 2.
I don't know if you can see them green shoes he's got on at home, but they are Trojan green.
Boy, he stepped up and buried those 2. So Hankins answers Bernard's 2 free throws with 2 of his own, And Wise trying to get it to Bernard. You don't want to foul him if you're West. That's who you want to foul if you're gonna try to shorten this game.
Pope. Daniel looking ahead. Lee made the right move that time, kicking it back out.
Less than a minute left to go in the game. Approaching the 50-second mark. West down by 1. Cobb's got the ball near the midcourt logo.
Well, decision time. Do you just take it down for the last shot? And we're going to think about it.
Jay, I'm going to answer your question even though there's a dead ball. I'm going to say you want to get it started earlier. If you miss, offensive rebound, or even if South gets it, you can foul and extend the game and, try to stay in it for a little later. But, Jay, honestly, the way tonight's going, who knows? Who knows how this last 40 seconds is going to shake out?
Well, that's for sure. What West Brunswick has to do is something that they have not been able to do for a long time.
Manufacture a good shot?
Well, yeah, just get a halfway decent shot at the basket. Most of Daniel's shots and points, and he had a good fourth quarter with 2, 4, 6, 7 points. Were on drives to the basket and free throws and short shots. But you're talking about somebody just getting a good look at a 2, a mid-range jumper, or not to mention a 3, that has disappeared.
And Jay, a reminder that both teams in the double bonus. So even if South Brunswick commits a foul on the floor, West would get 2 free throws.
Yep, and vice versa.
And vice versa. That is correct. So no pressure on the ball by South Brunswick.
They're going to sit in this zone and make them take the play to you.
Yep, 30 seconds left in the ball game. West trying to get it into Kevon Daniels in the high post.
Oh, dangerous pass.
That's what they wanted. That's exactly what the Trojans wanted, Jay Bird. They just couldn't get the shot to fall. Now Caleb Bernard will go to the other end and go to the line for a pair.
I was reading the story, I guess, the wrap-up from West's games last week, and I think it was against Topsail. And Coach Taylor was really upset that they had kind of abandoned the short shots for the threes. And he said, we can only be good if we go to the basket. Well, they got to the basket that time, but they just weren't able to convert. He's going to convert.
He has been absolutely money. Jay, he's got 29. This free throw will make it 30. South Brunswick up by 2, 11 and a half seconds left.
Still be a one-possession game if he makes it.
He missed. West got the rebound. Cobb's got it. West is going to push the envelope.
Gotta go to the bucket.
Time's running out. Cobb lost it.
Can't do it.
Cobb lost the ball, turned it over, and South Brunswick looks like they're going to escape here with a victory.
Well, JJ was in a bad spot on the court because he was on the left sideline. If he had been able to get the ball down the middle, that's when you cause the double teams. That's when you can distribute the ball, dish it out, and get a shot. But just a tough angle to deal with. Not as much room to work with, and South made him pay. Big man at the line.
Wise, a 63% foul shooter. Missed the first. Jay, I'm not sure missing this one isn't a better play.
Would be bad at all.
They'd have to make a 94-foot heave to beat you.
And South, regardless of what happens here, stay away from fouling.
Lane violation. And now West is going to get – Bernard ran in when the ball was still in the air. So, Jay, now West is going to have a timeout where they can set up an inbounds play and a 3 would win it.
And so many improbable things have happened here this evening, Sam. Would you be totally shocked? Totally shocked if they get at least a reasonable look at the basket? I would expect some full court pressure by South, on bringing the ball in.
Jay, I always think one of the biggest mistakes a team defensively can make right here is not pressuring the trigger man.
Yeah.
Guard the trigger man.
And you see, you see all kinds of strategies that are played in these situations. I'm kind of like you. I want to make that pass in. A lot of times you'll put a tall person, up there to make it even harder to, disrupt the vision.
Rick Pitino still says if he could go back to 92 when Leitner hit that shot, he would have guarded Grant Hill, the trigger man. And Coach Lotz was listening. He put his biggest guy right in.
Well, he's going to drop him back. But the key thing for South here is don't foul. Don't get suckered into a foul.
And Daniels cannot run the baseline.
Nope. He's going to try to get that ball at the foul line and it's not
ball
going to
game.
work.
South Brunswick, with its first conference win of the season, improves to 4-11 overall, 1-6 in Mid-Eastern Conference play. West Brunswick falls to 7-8, 2-5 in league play. Caleb Bernard led the way with 29 points for the Cougars. Jay, take us home, partner.
Well, on a night of crazy things, South Brunswick hangs tough and comes out of here with a 2-point conference victory. Then that's their first win in the conference this year. So a big effort on the part of the Cougars and a valiant effort on the part of the Trojans, but just couldn't make it happen here this evening.
Jay, it was an odd flow of the game. West Brunswick in control for 3 full quarters. A defensive switch by South Brunswick forced West Brunswick into 2 made field goals in the final 12 minutes of game action. 2 made field goals.
And I think the difference in tonight's game was that late defense on the part of South.
South Brunswick winners over West Brunswick 56-54. We'll see you next week on Focus Broadband TV. We'll actually have some Columbus County action for you as West Columbus will host Pender in high school basketball. For Nathan Evers, Aaron Varnum, he's Jay Combs, I'm Sam Hickman. Good night from Bowling Spring Lakes. We'll see you next time on Focus Broadband TV.